India is giving BRICS a new flair.
India's BRICS chairship will seek to bring together the potential of BRICS countries for greater global welfare. BRICS must commit to a reformed multilateralism that reflects contemporary realities.
New Delhi is chairing BRICS this year and it is excited to shape the grouping in the realities of today. India has constantly tried to present itself as the peaceful bridge between the West and East, North and the global South, the old world order and the new reality. But while the logo was going live, far away from New Delhi's conference hall, in the waters of South Africa, BRICS Plus was holding war games and India was missing. The question is why? I'm Ananya Datta and this is Grey Zone, where politics and geography collide. BRICS began as an idea before it became a bloc. Coined in 2001 by Goldman Sachs economist Jim O'Neill, it was shorthand for fast-growing economies poised to reshape the global order. But the acronym turned into action in the year 2009 when 4 countries, Brazil, Russia, India and China, formally met. South Africa joined in 2010, the subsequent year, turning BRIC into BRICS. BRICS today is no longer just an economic forum. While it was right about growth, not so much about the world order. But it is adapting fast. South Africa launched joint naval drills this week because it says the rising maritime tensions globally have become too hard to ignore, and it needs to learn how to work with its allies and respond if one day there is a threat knocking on its doors.
Exercise Will for Peace 2026 is more than a military engagement. It is a demonstration of our collective resolve to work together under the theme Joint Actions to ensure the safety of shipping lane and maritime economy activities. In an increasingly complex maritime environment, cooperation such as this is not optional, it is essential.
Ironic or not, the drills have been named Will for Peace and are being held where the Indian Ocean meets the Atlantic Ocean. Again, a very strategic place. But what is catching eyeballs is who is attending and who is not. China is the one leading it. It has sent destroyers. Russia, another founding member, has sent corvettes. South Africa, the host, has deployed a mid-sized frigate. The UAE and Iran, that became members in 2024, also sent its ships. Brazil, Egypt, Indonesia and Ethiopia, these 4 countries have joined as observers. So it's been called the BRICS Plus drills. Now the timing is very key here. They started just 3 days after the United States seized a Venezuela-linked Russian oil tanker in the North Atlantic. China, the leader of the drills, is locked in a strategic contest with the US. It is the only country seen capable of countering the US in contemporary times. Russia is at war with Ukraine and has crushed Trump's dreams of ending the war in 24 hours. In fact, he has managed to sway him with Washington-friendly deals and also bypass the Western sanctions by making new friends. The US president has also given South Africa a hard time since his term started last January. First, it was the accusation that Pretoria is targeting the whites. Then came the tariffs. But Iran is the most important partner in today's drills. The country is facing public wrath at home and is on high alert against the threat of a military attack by the US and Israel. And all of that brings us to India, a founding member of BRICS, also the chair this year. Why did New Delhi choose to stay away from the political waters? Experts say New Delhi has seen its stock crash in Washington since Trump returned to the White House. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Trump shared a very visual bonhomie until this time, just last year. But India's purchase of Russian oil became a sour point. Trump has imposed a 50% tariff on Indian goods, the highest in the entire world. And according to reports, Trump has okayed a new bill that will hike the tariff to up to 500%. Unthinkable. And last week, the US withdrew from the India-led International Solar Alliance. So is India being cautious of not angering Trump further? While there is no doubt that the US president is frustrated with the BRICS, he has called the grouping quote-unquote anti-American in the past.
BRICS was put there for a bad purpose. And most of those people they don't even want to talk about it now. They're afraid to talk about it because I told them if they want to play games with the dollar, then they're going to be hit with a 100% tariff the day they mention that they want to do it. And they will come back and say, we beg you not to do this. BRICS is dead since I mentioned that.
Well, BRICS is clearly not dead. It is hosting a military drill with additional members, most of whom are in the middle of a spat with the United States. As India is concerned, there is no doubt it is being cautious. But the so-called war games are also not the BRICS mandate, hence not India's mandate. BRICS is not a military alliance, but a group that helps developing nations with economic cooperation and trade. Not to say that in the future its nature might not change. As South Africa said, adapting to the new realities is the only way to sustain in the new realities. If in future BRICS decides to go the NATO way, India will have to make a choice. I'm Ananya Datta. You've been watching Grey Zone.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry guards.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.